Today I want to talk to you about what text tagging is. As sixth grade teachers, we're noticing that students aren't reading as much as we'd like them to. In order to keep track of students' reading, there have always been reading logs in the past. Those reading logs correlated to some of the standards. However, we're noticing that students aren't taking the time to really read the text and then respond to the prompts. So we wanted to try and find a fun way to record what students are reading and so that they can get meaningful conversations with their book clubs this year as we begin those. So text tagging is what we come up with. Most students know what hashtags are. This is our hashtag, and usually in a hashtag, you have a group of words that go together. So the first example here is hashtag the award goes to. So if they're reading a book, and after they finish reading that book, they feel like that's an award-worthy book, they can write over here, hashtag the award goes to, and they simply write a short passage about why they felt like that book was an award-winning book. There are several things to consider when you're text tagging. Text tagging is not simply giving a summary of what the text was about or retelling the story step by step. What we really want to try and encourage students to do is to think about what they're reading as they're reading it. A lot of times we find that students have difficulty comprehending texts and understanding what the text is about if they don't take the time to stop while they're reading and think through what they're reading. So that's what this second page is with the rubric. If students are going to get the top score on their text tags, because all we're asking them to do are three text tags on the front within a week's time. If those 3 text tags follow these criteria, they can earn the top 100 points. I do want you to think of these 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of course, we did add the 0 because there are consequences for not turning in your work at all. But the 1, 2, 3, and 4, I want you to think of it as like milestones results. When we have milestones results in the spring, they are leveled a 1, a 2, a 3, or a 4. Levels 1 and 2 do not meet the standards. Level 3 meets the standards, and level 4 goes above and beyond the standards that are asked in 6th grade. So we had that thought in mind when we created this rubric. So what did we want the students to be able to do to meet the standard? We wanted them to, during each of their 3 tags, to stop while they're reading and really think about what it is they're reading. What were they thinking in that moment? So to get a 3, which would be a 90, which is an A, students with all 3 of their tags would need to choose an appropriate hashtag, which are these here on the front, any of these hashtags, or they can come to a moment and create their own hashtag. For example, there have been times that I'm reading a story and it's shocking to me. So they could get to a part in the same way and put hashtag shocker and then tell about that shocking moment. It doesn't necessarily have to be one of these on the paper. All we're asking is that whatever the hashtag is, it must make sense for the thinking that they write in the box or on the sticky note. So, did they choose an appropriate hashtag that connected with some inner thinking? Well, inner thinking is not telling us what the text said exactly. That would be summarizing. What we really want them to start doing is thinking a little bit deeper. So, when they got to that moment, what made them so shocked? That's what they're going to write about. I was shocked because, and they're going to tell about why they were so shocked. Not exactly saying this is exactly what happened in the text. So I'll give you some examples in the next video that I'm creating. Another way to get the level 3, which is a 90, they have to choose the appropriate hashtag, but they have to explain. They can't just have hashtag shocker. They have to give an explanation to show that they really thought about what they read. If they do that effectively, which each of the 3 hashtag boxes, here, here, and here, then they will score that level 3, which is a 90, which is an A, which would meet as far as milestones is concerned, as far as the standards are concerned. Well, we know that students like to go above and beyond, and we push them to go above and beyond. So one way that we wanted to challenge the students this year to reach the 100, the level 4, is in addition to doing the level 3, choosing appropriate hashtags for each, showing that inner thinking, what are they thinking in that moment, and giving an explanation for that in their own words. In addition to that, they need to respond and explain what the writer did to make them think that. That's called author's craft. When you look at a piece of writing or a piece of literature and you're trying to think through what is it about this text, what did the author just do to make me stop and think what I'm thinking right now? So those are the 3 things they have to do to get to the level 4, which would be 100. That's not going to be easy at first. Students have not been apt in the past, as 4th and 5th graders in the past, to be able to explain what the writer had done. So we're trying to up the level of thinking here, up the level of rigor. So that's what they have to do to score the 100. Of course, for a level 2, which is an 80, that's a B, we're looking that they at least to 2 of these boxes, 2 out of the 3. We're looking that they chose the appropriate hashtag like before in the 3 that connects with that inner thinking. But sometimes the students are either vague, they're not given enough, or they are simply summarizing the text. They want to retell what just happened when they stopped. That's more of a level 2. We want to branch them out and go a little bit higher than that, a little bit higher thinking. It's a little bit easier to be able to say, okay, this is exactly what I just read. But to be able to deeply think about that, that's where the level 3, and then to tell what did the writer do to make me think that way would be that level 4. So 2 or more of the hashtags would follow this criteria. If they did all of their hashtags with summaries, they didn't do any of the thinking through, they just summarized, then that would still be a level 2. So 2 or more of the hashtags are just summaries, or they're just stating what they read, would be a level 2. Level 1, if they completed 2 tags or just completed 1 tag, they did not follow through with the assignment. So if they're missing the tags, it's a 70, which is 1 point away from failing the piece. So we want to make sure that we're getting all 3 of those, because we do have 7 days to complete all 3 of the hashtags. If your child's reading 15 to 20 minutes or more each evening, then they will get plenty of time to get those 3 hashtags in. Additionally, if they completed all 3 of the hashtags, we want to give them a little bit of credit for their effort. However, if the hashtag and the explanation does not make sense, then that would be a level 1, which would be a 70. If your child did not turn in the assignment at all, that is considered missing in our grade book, and that's an automatic 0 in the grade book. If they only included hashtags, just hashtag shocker or hashtag the award goes to, but gave no explanations, then that would also score a level 0, and the score would be a 0. If they do turn in the work, they will get some credit back, and it won't be a missing assignment. So please get that work turned in. If you have any further questions about what it is, this assignment, as far as text tagging is concerned, please let us know. You can please watch the other video that I'm going to record that shows me modeling exactly how to text tag. Thank you.